Okay, we're in the DC-6B by PMDG. We're at runway 18 left in Orlando. Not that that's relevant. But right now we're using clear weather, which is a standard pressure at 29.92 inches. And I'm going to press the B key. Okay, nothing changed obviously because it's standard pressure and it loads in that way. Okay, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the weather settings, and I'm actually going to increase the pressure to about 150. So that way my altimeter reads about 150 high. So it's about 110. Okay, that's perfect right there. So that's about 110 high, 100 high. Okay, that's fine. And I'm going to readjust my altimeter setting to now properly reflect that. So it's about 29.83 inches. I am not going to press the B key though. I'm just going to leave it like that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take off and we're going to climb to an altitude of about 2,000, 3,000 feet or so. And then we're going to engage the gyro pilot to hold to 3,000 feet. And I want you to observe what happens when I level off at exactly that altitude and then engage the altitude control. And I want you to just watch what happens. Now remember, since we're below standard pressure, the altimeter was showing about 100 feet too high until I readjusted the altimeter. So watch what the gyro pilot does. So let's go ahead and do a standard takeoff here, but do a dry takeoff.
30 inches stabilize. 30 inches stabilize.
V1's about 83, V2 rotates could be about 100.
Stabilized. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps. Cowl flaps set. Full power, please. Going full power. Full power set.
Check. V1, V2 rotate,
Master rate, gear up. Gear selected up.
and we'll just continue this climb here for the acceleration.
Gear up, lights up, flaps up. Flaps going up. Meter power. 60 meter power, 48 inches, 2600 RPM.
Hold about 165 knots for the climb.
Meter power set.
VTOL power is set.
Climb
Okay.
power.
Now we're going to go to climb power. Okay, I'll now engage the gyro pilot.
Set. Have to take off checklist, please.
We'll maintain about that 165 knots. So what we're going to do is we're going to climb to 3,000 feet and then level off.
Arm to takeoff checks complete.
But I want you to observe what happens when I engage altitude control. And I'm just going to throw it on this high vertical speed here. I'm just going to level off and then engage altitude control. Okay, there's 2,500. Exactly on, because I want to hold it for a minute. Okay, I'm going to put it on cruise power.
Set cruise power, please. Setting cruise power.
Okay, now I'm going to engage altitude control. Watch what happens. Okay, we're losing altitude now.
Cruise power is set.
We're still losing altitude. It's still pushing us down. And I want you to observe how much it's going to push us down. I selected altitude control with the 0 over on the vertical speed, and I did it right at 3,000. But now it's pushing us down about exactly 100 feet, which is what the difference was between standard pressure and the actual pressure. So now I'm going to show you I have two 9.83 inches, two 9.83 inches, right? And I'm going to press the B key. And now I want you to observe what happens when I press the B key. Now pressing the B key should not change my altimeter settings at all. They shouldn't move. But I'm going to press it, and I want you to watch what happens. So the vertical speed, the gyro pilot, and the altitude. Just pressed it. Okay. It's now gaining vertical speed. It's going to bring us to exactly 3,000 feet again. So it appears that pressing the B key, what it's doing is not only will it sync your altimeters, because we already had them set and synced and adjusted, pressing the B key in this instance changed something internally in the aircraft to make it react to a different altimeter setting. So pressing the B key changed something inside, which I believe it would be pretty much like changing an altimeter that we can't see. Like it's if there's an invisible altimeter that it's basing pressure off of, and then when you press the B key, it's changing that, but we can't actually see that, and there's nothing we can do about it. So the solution to this right now is to press the B key before you engage altitude control. And I think that's really important that people do that. And so right now, press the B key before you engage altitude control. Make sure your airplane is synced with your altimeters, and then engage altitude control. It should hold your altitude. And then as you fly along and as the pressure changes in different areas, so for instance, I'm going to now change the pressure, so I'll increase it real high, just for giggles here. let's say the pressure in the sim just decided to change drastically. You're flying over the desert where, you know, pressures are drastically different along the route. You know, you're flying real low. Okay, so we're gonna let it level off. It's gonna level off probably about the same 3,000 feet. And this is what you're gonna need to do. Let it level up first. Let it do its thing. Let it level off. That's about leveled off there. Alright, so we're going to disconnect the altitude control, turn that off, press your B key, and now look, we are 750 feet too high, so we're going to push the nose down and get back to our 3,000 feet. Alright, you get the idea. I hope this gets fixed. This is kind of an important issue. It's definitely not, from my understanding, from what I've been told, even by sport team developers, this is, from what I've been told, should not be